Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Noel, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial of crocheting a shrug. And I know you've all seen a shrug, so I want to make a tutorial that it's easier. Okay, that's my way. I have been using it and I've been making like 3 crochet shrugs per day, which I believe is not possible, and I think it's been easier because of the pattern I'm using. And so the things you're going to be needing for this crochet tutorial are this. I'm so sorry you're seeing a reflection down there, but I hope you can see the video. So you're going to need a 3.5mm hook, a tape measure, a pair of scissors, and for particularly the crochets I work on, I always need at least 4 medium weight yarn, which are robin, and 100% acrylic yarn. So today we're going to be using this shade of brown since a client wanted this. Yeah, so that's it. I hope you don't see my nail. I know you've already seen it. I had to cut it off because I was writing some notes down and I couldn't hold my pen. So yeah, you know, the struggles. Yeah, so what we're going to do, we're going to be using 2 double strands, and that is what I always do in most of my projects because I prefer using the medium weight yarn and joining 2 strands instead of using a chunky yarn. Forgive me for the noises. I live in my family home, which is like a farm home, and there are so many animals, so you're going to hear lots of animals. You're going to hear chickens, whatever. You're going to hear dogs. Yeah, so let's get into our tutorial. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to make a slip knot to begin our project. We're going to make a knot, and that's it. And okay, for a size medium and small, I always chain a total of 85 stitches. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So over here we have a total of 85 stitches, and we're just going to use our tape measure to check how many inches that gives us. But most probably, if you know the stitches of the medium, small and large, you don't really need your tape measure. You just need to make the stitches. Yeah, so this is a total of 21 when stretched, and I think 19 when not stretched, which is like, yeah, it's okay for a shrug. So we stopped at 85. So in this project you're going to be using tribal stitches, and so we are going to add 6 more stitches from our 85th stitch. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. And what you're going to do is you're going to start working with a tribal stitch, which you're going to yarn over twice. That is the Western name for that stitch, I know. And you're going to work on our 85th stitch, and we're going to chain and slip knot in the second and slip knot in the third. Chain 1 2 3, and now we're going to be skipping 3 chain because we started with 6, meaning it's a it's a tribal stitch, skip 3 tribal stitch. And so we're going to skip 1 2 3 since we chained 3 at the top, and we're going to make a tribal stitch and 1 2 3 and work on the 4th with a tribal stitch. And so far this is what we're getting. We're going to chain 3, make a tribal stitch 1 2 3 and place a tribal stitch over there. So as for now, I think you all are understanding what a tribal stitch is, and you're already getting the pattern. And as you can see, this makes bigger mesh holes compared to the double or the triple double crochets. So we're going to chain 3 again, make a tribal stitch 1 2 3, make a tribal stitch over there. So we're going to keep this up till we come to the end of this row, and I'll get back to you once we are at the end of the row. So right now I know it doesn't make sense, your pattern looks shabby and everything, but from the second row you're going to see how beautiful this mesh pattern looks. So hello loves, so we're finally coming to the end of our first row, and we've already chained 3. Now we're going to make a treble stitch, count 1 2 3 and work on the 4th, which leaves us with this part, which was a mistake. We should have counted our stitches to make sure, but anyways, it's not a problem since it's only 1 stitch. And finally, this is what we have for row 1, and as you can see, so row 2 we're going to start with chaining 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6. I told you you're going to hear lots of animals. Yeah, so you're going to turn your work, make a treble stitch and chain and work on top of your bottom treble stitch, directly on top of your treble stitch. So since we want our mesh to be uniform, we're going to work directly on top of it. So a treble stitch there, and this is what we have. Yeah, it's gonna make sense like when you have more rows, and you're going to see your edges are also straight, which is very good. So we're going to chain 3. Since right now you already know the pattern, you're just going to chain 3, work on top of the previous treble stitch below you, chain 3, work on your previous treble stitch, and make sure you are working treble stitches because you don't want to mess with your work. And also make sure you're chaining 3 so that your work is uniform. So generally this is just the pattern that you're going to be using to work with, and so we're going to keep on working this until we get particular measurements from, let's say this is your chest area, so we're going to be working from the shoulder to just above your bust area. So that's the length, I mean the width we need for this shrug top. And so for mine, we are going to work like 9 stitches, 9 rows, I mean 9 rows of mesh. And so when I get to the 9th row, I'm gonna come back and show you what we do next. So you're just going to keep on working your treble stitches. When you reach the end of your row, you're going to turn, chain 6 and work more treble stitches until you get to 9 rows. So yeah, that's just it. So I'm going to meet you back when we are on our 9th stitch, guys. Yeah, so this is what we have. So what we're going to do right now, as I've mentioned, we're working on 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th stitch, meaning our stitch will be here, the last stitch will be here. So count 1 2 3 4 5 6. Going to turn our work and make our treble stitch over here. 1 1 2 3 2 1 2 3. That's our 3rd treble stitch, and finally our last treble stitch, which comes on top of our 4th treble stitch. And when we reach here, we also know that on this side we're going to stop on our 4th treble stitch, meaning our only mesh that will be left open for our neckline are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13, and which we have to do some math over here. So 13 mesh stitches multiplied by 3, since we have 3 stitches at the top, plus 13. So 13 times 3, that is 39, plus 13, that is 40. 13 times 3, 39. So as I had mentioned, like we need some mathematics over here. So yeah, so we had 13 times 3, which is 39. Then since they were 13 stitches, we're going to add 13, which gives us 42. So that's the total number of stitches we are supposed to make, and I'm going to show you how they're going to align perfectly. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 38, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. So, which I'm not convinced, guys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 times 3. 13 times 3 is 39 plus 13. Not 42, it's 52, guys. I'm so sorry. It's 52, not 42. Yeah, so we had arrived at 42, so plus 10. 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. Oh god, math. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're going to work a tribal stitch on top of this very first stitch over here. Yeah, so we're going to work the tribal stitch over here, and 1, 2, 3, work it to the end. I'm going to keep doing that until we come to the end of this row. Then after we come to the end, we're going to work a mesh stitch. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do over here so that we have a uniform pattern. So we started this row like any other row, and I'm just going to show you what happens at this new chain we made separating our front and back panel. So we are here, guys, and we're going to work over here first. So over here we need to make sure that the stitches worked over here are the same. So over here we are on our 4th stitch, and this is row 11. So yeah, so over here we're going to make sure that this mesh stitches align with the mesh stitches on this row. So we're going to chain 3 and start working 2, 3 on this stitch line, and I'll get back to you 1, 2, 3 when we come to the end of this row so that we can confirm if they're uniform with this other part. So right now we've come to the end of our row 11, and now we're going to confirm if these rows align with this middle row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that means your work is perfectly uniform, and as you can see the neckline is here. So what you're going to do is we're going to make sure to add more rows uniform to this, which were 9. So I'm just going to work on my rows and then get back to you when you're working on the arm area. So guys, right now we are at the last bit of our 9th row from the neckline. This is what we have. So we're going to do our last tribal stitch. Let's just correct this. Chain 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and work on our 4th. And that's how we end our 9th row. So this is the wrong side. As you can see, you can differentiate because this side looks like the wrong side. So we're going to turn to the right side, and we're going to attach our edges like this, and this is what we're going to be working on. Going to pull that string through, attach your yarn over here, and pull it in. Then we're going to hold this excess yarn over here. We're going to make a chain 1, and we're going to work 3 stitches over here. So 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to work our final stitch here. So remember, we've already come to the end of working our chest area. Now we are going to be working on our arm area, and so this is what you get over here. We've already closed this side. So our arm is going to go in here, as you can see. So now we're going to cut this excess yarn and we're going to start working on our arm area. And this is where most crochet artists get it wrong. Like, you don't need to make another base for you to start working on, because you're going to mess up with your pattern and you're going to find out that maybe the arms are too big or too small. So what you're going to do is you're going to work a treble stitch. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, make a treble stitch and immediately work inside that mesh. Chain 3 and work a treble stitch over here. Chain 3, work another treble stitch over here. Chain 3, another treble stitch. So as you can see, it's uniform. You won't realize where we joined it from. So we're going to work around and meet you when I'm at the end. So here comes our first row representing our sleeves, and remember, this is where we started from. So what you're going to do after you work on your second last row, since here it's supposed to be the last one, and remember this is where we started from, we're just going to chain 1 2 3 and count 1 2 3 and work on the fourth. From here you pull through that stitch and make a slip stitch to close that gap. So here comes our first row representing our sleeves, and remember, this is where we started from. So what you're going to do after you work on your second last row, since here it's supposed to be the last one, and remember this is where we started from, we're just going to chain 1 2 3 and count 1 2 3 and work on the fourth. From here you pull through that stitch and make a slip stitch to close that gap. So this is where we ended our first row of our sleeves. So you're going to chain 1 2 3 4 5 6, turn your work and go back with this row. So that is what we're going to be doing. When we reach here, we're going to close our stitch and still come back this way until we get the right measurements that fit our arm, and that's why we need a tape measure. So yeah, so you're going to measure your arms from, let's say, here to your collar that day, and this is how far we've come with our crochet shrug. And as you can see, we joined it here. So on this side we're going to also join it here. So I just want to do some finishes over here. I'm going to show you how. We're just going to make the single crochet all around just to finish our arm. Then I'm going to also work on this side the same way we worked on this side. Yeah. So we're going to make single crochets all around in each and every stitch. So this is what it happens. So this is how our shrug finally turned out. And as you can see, yeah, that's our shrug.